Starting with those revelations from Russian intelligence, a new report says that Paris and London, they are preparing to arm Ukraine with a nuclear bomb to provide Kiev leverage in negotiations with Russia. Moscow has vowed to raise its findings during the next round of talks.
The United Kingdom and France realize that the development of the situation in Ukraine leaves no chance of achieving their coveted victory over Russia by the hands of the armed forces of Ukraine. It is believed that Ukraine needs to be supplied with a wonder weapon. Kiev could lay claim to more favorable terms for ending hostilities if it possessed an atomic bomb, or at least a so-called dirty bomb. London and Paris are actively working on resolving the issues of providing Kiev with such weapons and the means of their delivery.
And let us cross live now to RT correspondent Anastasia Volodina in Moscow. Anastasia, what do we know from the Russian foreign intelligence revelations?
Hi there. Well, first and foremost, of course, according to the release statement by the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, France and the United Kingdom no longer believe that Ukraine could defeat Russia on the battlefield, stating that some sort of wonder weapon should be provided to Ukraine to, of course, give Ukraine more favorable terms in terms of negotiations to end the conflict. And, of course, this is due to the fact that neither French nor British authorities and elites no longer believe that Russia could be defeated by Ukraine's armed forces. And Germany has refused to participate in all of that, stating that this is a dangerous venture. And the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service states that London and Paris are actively working on providing Ukraine with such weapons. They're also working on the delivery methods, on how some components, equipment or tech could be provided to Ukraine. And this is generally all to make it look like Ukraine's nuclear weapon, the potential nuclear weapon, was domestically produced. And this statement also asserts that the United Kingdom and France, they all understand that this would violate the international law, as well as this is going to violate the non-proliferation treaty. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Service also concludes that these alleged plans just show a loss of realism by London and Paris, and that they will not be able to avoid responsibility. And of course, the Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has also responded to the recently released statement. Let's listen in.
Information from the Foreign Intelligence Service about the planned delivery of nuclear weapons to Ukraine by Great Britain and France will be taken into account during the negotiations.
There are also reportedly some voices of reason coming from the UK's and France's political, military and diplomatic circles, who understands the real dangers such actions could bring. And of course, overall, this is not the first time that we've heard such warmongering rhetoric generally, and the rhetoric and the desire, Europe's desire to provide Ukraine with a nuclear weapon. And another point which is important to add is that the New START treaty between Moscow and Washington just recently ended at the beginning of February this year. And this was the last, basically meaning that there's no longer any agreement holding back the nuclear arms race.
All right. Anastasia Volodina, thank you very much for getting us all those details.